Hello, everyone. This is Hollywood Junket. My name is Craig Ries, and in case you didn't know, The Voice Season 21 has finally come to an end. They crowned a winner last night, and man, do we have a lot of things to cover from the past two nights' performances. So, as I continue through this video, of course, if I say something that you have a question about or a comment on, please leave a comment and question right here on our YouTube channel. Of course, subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe, and also go back and look at all the great interviews we had with these artists this past season. We had a ton, starting all the way back from the blind auditions. But let's talk about Monday and Tuesday night live finale. It was essentially a 4-hour event, 2 hours both nights. So here are the artists representing the top 5 for the finale this season. First, we've got one artist with Team Legend. Her name is Jershika Maple. Then Team Kelly has 2 artists, Girl Named Tom and Hailey Mia. No one, sadly, is representing Team Ariana, so that leaves 2 with Team Blake, and those 2 are Winningham and Wendy Moten. They each performed 2 songs on Monday night for the kind of competition side of things, and then America voted. And then for fun, they got to perform with their coach on Tuesday night. All performances were great. We did get to talk to all the artists following their Monday live performances that night. So go check out that interview. I've seen a lot of really first time ever things about this cast. Hailey Mia was the youngest at age 14 to make it to the finals. And had she have won, she would have been the youngest artist ever, because Carter Ribbon was 15, I believe, when that happened for him just a year ago. Wendy Moten was the oldest and going into it, and had she won, would have been the oldest. The current reigning oldest one is Todd Tillman, who we've actually have lots of interviews with him. He's a great guy. I love him a lot. When he won, he was age 42. And this was the first time ever that we've ever seen a trio actually make it to the finale. And so now we're here on Tuesday night. Of course, they're going to make us wait all 2 hours before they announce the winner. They didn't even announce a 5th or 4th place halfway through, which I was kind of hoping they would, but they waited till the very end to announce every place of that top 5. So what happened before then? Well, lots of great performances. First of all, each artist that was in the top 5, like I said, got to perform with their coach. Actually, one of my favorite performances of those 5 was John Legend and Jershika's Oh Holy Night. I don't know if it was just the holidays that got to me, but it was just a really, really pretty rendition. They usually have always kind of focused on holiday stuff. You know, I remember Carter and Gwen sang a really fun holiday song last year in the finale. And then there were a ton of great popular artists that performed last night. So after all those great performances, Carson comes up and it tells us it's time. And literally it's about 10 minutes before the show's supposed to end. So he's going to fit all of these announcements in within 10 minutes. So the first person is announced as 5th place, and it was Jershika Maple. Some might say it was a little bit of not a surprise, because she was kind of in the bottom the past 2 top shows, and had to fight for her life and get back in the show. But I don't know, there was a part of me too that thought, since she has been just showing this tenacity in this fight, and every time she does, she just nails the song, just kills the song. I think her song choice has always been perfect when she's fighting for her life. After that, it was announced that Hailey Mia from Team Kelly was placed 4th. After that, Winningham from Team Blake was announced as 3rd. And so that now leaves Girl Named Tom and Wendy Moten. Now, if you've been following the show at all, I don't think anyone should be surprised by these top 2. Wendy has been getting praise every performance, not only from her coach, but from the whole coaching group. You could tell that it was the show's kind of favorite too. And she's a sweetheart, and her voice is stunning. Blake would always joke that this was the easiest coaching job he's ever had, because he didn't have to do anything. Or he would joke that he taught her everything, but I think we all knew the truth in that case. I talked to Wendy about this in our interview last night, or 2 nights ago, but she was on Team Blake, but Team Blake actually blocked her from John Legend at the very beginning of the blind auditions, which is the same way that Cam Anthony ended up on Team Blake. It was neat to think about how they almost kind of had the same path. And then Girl Named Tom just came in already super seasoned. So I know Kelly, who was their coach, obviously helped them a lot, but they came in ready to win. They came in ready to go. And what's really interesting to note about them too, and Carson said this on the show last night, but it's the first artist to ever have 4 top singles in the top 10 on the iTunes chart. And I wrote them down too, because I just thought this was super interesting. At number 1, they have The Chain, their performance and their cover of The Chain. Number 3, River. Number 7, Baby Now That I Found You. And 8, their great performance of Dust in the Wind. So literally, they have 4 top songs in the top 10 on iTunes. It's never been done before. And one thing that is very, very interesting that I always forget is that those iTunes purchases count as votes for the show. They are getting a ton of votes through those iTunes purchases. And so having said that, that pretty much explains how maybe the winner did come about, but the winner was announced that it's Girl Named Tom from Team Kelly. And it was such a really cool moment. Of course, Kelly ran up and hugged them all away. And then the rest of the coaches and a lot of the other artists came up on stage. You could barely see them because it was covered in confetti. Who was your favorite artist? Who did you want to win last night? Do you think America got it right? I want to know all this. And before I wrap it up too, we did have an interview scheduled with the winner of The Voice. And they said in our last interview on Monday that they're flying out right away back home to see their dad.
Yeah, the first thing we're gonna do when we go home, we're actually planning to fly first chance we get out of here to be at the hospital with our dad. He's taking a turn for the worse, unfortunately. So it's family time for the holidays, and it's just gonna be very sweet to be in the same room. And there's nothing that brings our dad more joy than what we're doing right now.
So they weren't available today, but I really hopefully promise that we will have an interview with them soon. So definitely keep watching our channel because that is going to be a really great interview to talk to the winner of season 21. Next year, there will only be 1 season of The Voice. In the past, 10 years, they've done 2 seasons. In fact, the only time they did 1 season in 1 year was the very first one. And I don't know if they're going to just be planning a huge season 22 during that time. I'm sure they already are planning. I'm sure auditions have started or about to start, and no coaches have been confirmed yet for that season as well. But how did you like Ariana Grande as a coach this season? I said it before. I'm shocked that it being her first season, she didn't have anyone in the finale, but that's how America voted. But do you think she'll return in next season? I would personally love to see her. I thought she was an excellent addition to the show. Really, really showed how passionate she was about her artists, spent so much of her free time outside of the show helping them. And then what did you kind of think of the format this year? They had a lot more live performances. They started the competition with 48 artists. I think normally it's 40 or 42. So we already started with a lot more, but then since we had more live shows, we got to see the artists a lot longer. I think last year or last December, there was only 3 live shows, and it was just they were eliminating 4 or 5 artists every week. And I wanted to see them more. I think they deserve to perform live more times than that, So what did you think? But the artists used to get to perform with a big celebrity pop star professional artists. They would bring in very big names for them to perform with at the finale. And that hasn't happened in a while. And I kind of miss that. But I think that will kind of wrap it up for me. Believe me, I could go on for hours, but I know y'all don't want to hear that. And finally, thank you so much for watching this season with us. Again, my name is Craig Ries. Thank you so much. Happy holidays, and we'll see you soon. Bye.